Hey, good evening. This is Valerie McDowell, your writer, editor, and book coach accelerator. It's Write It Out Wednesday, so we are coming on here every first and third Wednesday, and it's a new month, y'all. It's December. It's the last month of the year. It's the last month of this year. Wait, what am I saying? I'm like, it's the last month. Okay, it's December. Y'all see, I need a break, right? So anyway, it is Write It Out Wednesday. Thank you for joining me here tonight. I want you all to know that I want to thank you for keeping up with me all year. We had to switch some things around because we're growing. We've added to the team and we're just doing a whole lot of things right now, but we are here. And I saw a video today that gave me my topic for tonight. I have been thinking about a couple of things, but this just solidified it for me. My mentor sent out a video of her daughter bungee jumping off this bridge in South Africa. And I was falling with her, okay? And it was just like, the thing that came to my mind was like, fear not, And in this Christmas season that we're entering into, it's like, that's what the angel told Mary, fear not, before this great thing happened to her. So for this young lady who did bungee jumping, which I just can't imagine, but the thing about it, what her mother said, which was key, is that I'm not going to put any fear or limitations on my child's goals. And that's what we're going to talk about. Fear not. We're not putting any limitations on what it is that you have been called to do, particularly for those of you who want to write a book. So that's what we're here for. We come on here every Wednesday, or at least the first and third Wednesdays, where we put you back at the top of your writing list. We know for so many people that there's so much going on. There's a lot of things that you're doing, a lot of things that you're working on, and trying to find the time to get your writing done can sometimes be a challenge. But we actually covered that. I did a webinar this past Saturday where we talked about how to get your book done in 15 minutes a day. You might want to get that webinar because those were some gems that were offered in that training. And so, but we're going to talk about fear not tonight because there are a lot of things that can hinder us. Often ourselves, our mindsets, how we think about things that block our path from really stepping into that thing that we've been called to do. So many of you have said you wanted to write a book. So many have said, it's like people tell me all the time, oh my God, you should put your story in a book. So the webinar was how to put your life story in a book, that people have great experiences. They have, certain expertise that other people really need to know about. And one of the best ways that you can share your gift with the world is to put it in a book. And so we're not going to be before you long. We just have about 4 points tonight where we're going to talk about how to fear not when it comes to accomplishing your goals, and especially when it comes to writing your book. Okay, so are you ready to lay aside those fears? Are you ready to just get out there and jump? Because we just have a few more weeks in this year. It's like for those who have tried to get some things done, and sometimes, like I said, you've just been in the way, it's time to move forward. It's time to push those fears out, because the thing is, there's a saying that says the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. That can be this image, that can be this mindset, that can be a physical thing. But what are you going to do? Okay, so my first point for tonight is about what is it? Declare what it is you want to do. Okay, declare that goal, write it down, make it clear what it is that you want to do. Because it's easy to end this year, because a lot of people are like, woo, 2020, y'all, I can't wait for it to be over. But I've had some amazing things happen in 2020 that I don't want to take back. Like it might have been the pandemic and quarantines and masks and all that. But there is still so much that we could have accomplished this year if we just focus and put our mind towards it. So I say to you, declare what it is that you want to do. What are some goals that you have? Do you want to, be an author full time? Do you want, there's someone I was just reading and seeing some of her amazing delicacies. She's a pastry chef and so many people have tried her recipes over the holiday. And so it's like, yeah, that's on my list. That's something I want to learn how to do, to make pastries from scratch, but what about you? What are some goals that you have? It's like, I have a goal of 100 books published, and I'm cranking, I'm getting there, And I'm just so happy for all the people who've entrusted me with their writing goals and with their books, and it's just an honor to walk through the whole process with someone from idea to publish, and it's like I've been a part of a number of things from when it's just an idea in your head or an idea that you've had a conversation about or you wrote down. But when you see it manifest, when you see it come to pass, it's such a great feeling. It's just like, wow, that was just an idea. And so, declare that change, that life-changing goal that you have. Is it to lose weight? Is it to move, build a house, buy something, start your own business, whatever it is, you can do it, but you have to declare it. You have to say it out of your mouth. You have to write it down on a piece of paper, put it up on the wall. I have lots of things on walls and places in front of me. And so you have to be able to see that goal. And in fact, you have to imagine and visualize yourself already there. Because that's key with you getting there, because your brain will kick in to say, hey, wait a minute, we're thinking about, like, am I there? And your brain will automatically get you where you want to go. And so, but you have to ignite those passions. You have to get things in gear, because your life is waiting for you. Your life responds to what you activate inside. And so there's lots of dreams, lots of goals. So, I was listening to a testimonial from one of my clients who published his first book back in October. And he said, I started visualizing. I was talking to myself in the mirror in my car. It's like, you are a published author. You are a New York Times bestselling author. You are Amazon bestselling author. That he's been telling him stuff this, and he's already hit some Amazon bestselling categories. So he's already on his way. So it's just a matter of time. So what life-changing goal do you have? You need to declare it right now. All right. Because that means you got to be bold. It's like none of this little pantsy-wantsy little stuff. It's like, because you don't need help when it's small. You don't need help to take the trash out, okay, of your house, but you need help to clean up. And I live in the DC metro area, so you need help to clean up the Anacostia River, but you don't need help to take your trash out. So what big goal do you have? It's like, to write your book, you need help. Okay. I need help to help publish your book. So the whole process, it's like I can work one-on-one with you. I can work in a group setting, but I don't do all the things I used to do. Okay. But it takes, you first saying, this is what I want to do. Okay. So that's number one. Declare your life-changing goal. Okay. And one of those is finish the book, right? Do I have to say that? One goal is finish the book. We're not going to keep talking about it. As we end this year, as we go into the last few weeks, we're going to end it with, I'm finishing that book. In fact, the book is finished. You need to start saying, it's finished. The book is finished. The book is finished. The book is finished. Okay. And then that way, it'll help your mind focus on those things that you need to do. Not on the limitations, not on the problems. We all have 24 hours in a day. We all have something that gets in the way. And as we know, life gets in the way. And we have to make adjustments. We have to be flexible. But that doesn't mean your goal has to be moved. It's like, you keep your goal before you. Because the more it's in front of you, the more you're speaking to it, the more you're seeing it, the more it's going to happen. Okay? And the bigger it is, the bigger impact you're going to have. All right? So, number two, we talked about some limitations. Identify how you are standing in your way, okay? Often, like I said, we are our biggest limitations, our biggest hindrances. So what about you is standing in your way? Is it what you're saying to yourself? I've shared often, I read a book called, What Do You Say When You Talk to Yourself? So what are you saying? Are you saying, I can't? Are you saying it's too hard? And we've talked about that. If you've been following me, if you've been on my lives, then you know that that's one of those things that we deal with. It's like, are you saying it's too hard? Because last week we talked about, or 2 weeks ago, we talked about how hard does not mean impossible. Okay. Hard does not mean impossible. And then also, are you saying I can't? Years ago, I used to take a dance class, when I was like 12, 13 years old. And I remember, we'd be doing a split and the teacher would come behind us and push our back down so we have a flat back. And if we said, I can't, 25 cents. You know how much money she had in her change jar from all the I can'ts, but you learned after a while, because, even back then, money is money. 25 cents adds up if you said I can't 4 or 5 times, in that class. And so we have to be careful what it is that we're saying. So identify those things. Is it, if you're saying I don't know have enough time, is it because the management of your time has not been done? Do you not have a schedule? Do you need to put a schedule? For some people, who may still be going out to work, or, even for many people, when you were still going to work on a day-to-day basis, leaving your house, that some people have to lay out their clothes the night before. Like, it just doesn't work for them to just, da-da, this is what I'm wearing today. Like, they need the clothes laid out, ironed, ready to go, because they need that structure. And for some people, you need that structure. In writing your book, okay, we talk about the outline. The outline is your foundation. It's your structure. It's your base. Without it, your book is not going anywhere. So what is it that is in the way? Is it because, there's no organization? There's no time management? What habits, what processes need to be tweaked or adjusted or just started out altogether, that you don't have, so that you can reach your goal? And for me, and with my webinar, and other things that I do, like, I realized how much I need a team. I cannot do all the things I need to do by myself. I used to do layout, I used to do design, and I still have an eye for those things. But my best work is done when I'm working with you, my clients. My best work is done when I'm coaching you and helping you to get the best product out of your book, to help you realize that dream, to say, this is the idea versus that one, and to help you get that structure right in the beginning of your book, so that the process is easier as you're moving forward. Because when you know what it is that you're going to write about, then things like procrastination and writer's block don't come up, because you have a plan. All right. So like I said, for me, I knew I needed to put my time and effort into the thing that I do best, and not into things that, could slow me down, that though I can still do it, but it wasn't the best use of my skills. It wasn't the best use of what is called, your genius zone, like the thing that you do so well, that's the thing you need to focus on, and not other things that you do okay. But there are other people that you can, outsource or connect with to be able to assist you to make a greater impact. So what is it for you? What are you allowing to stand in your way? Is it you? Is it your time, your habits, hobbies, things you just feel you have to do, that are getting in the way? Like, what is it that you want to do? Okay. So that's number 2. Number 3, specify what the non-negotiables are for you. Okay. It's like knowing what your boundaries are. And like I was saying, if you're strapped for time, then as a writer, don't create a writing schedule where you're not going to meet it. Don't put every day I'm going to do 2 hours a day when you're not going to do that. Are you doing 2 hours now? How about you start with 15 minutes? 15 minutes, it may not seem like a lot, but you can get so much done in 15 minutes. I know that there are a lot of cleaning shows and companies, and like, clean something for 15 minutes. You can clean a bathroom, sink, toilet, whatever in 15 minutes. You can wash some dishes in 15 minutes. You can vacuum in 15 minutes. So if you can do those things and it makes a quick difference, just think if you just typed for 15 minutes, or you just recorded or did something to help move your book forward for 15 minutes. Okay. So that's what you have to do. What is it that you can do, to be successful? And don't do things that are not going to be successful. It's like, for some people, like with fitness and health, if you know that, like, you like sweets, the total elimination may not work for you initially, but just say, a little bit once a week instead of every day. Making that change, making that difference, is something that you can do. So put something in place that you can operate on a consistent basis. Make it easier for the thing that you're trying to do to get done. Don't put obstacles in your way. Don't put and then use it as an excuse on why it didn't get done. Well, if I hadn't done this, oh my God, I can't believe I ate that. Oh my God, I can't. Now I'm so tired. I can't stay up to type. It's like, then don't eat that. There's a book, eat this, don't eat that, or do this, don't do that. So do this. Don't do that. Don't put things in your way. Don't put obstacles and things in your way that's going to block you from your progress. Okay. So do the thing that you need to do to help you move forward in your goal. And then my last point, like I said, I wasn't going to be here before you. It's just 4 points today. A lot of times I started off by sharing the story of my mentor's daughter bungee jumping off a bridge, that I was like, ooh, child, you can have that. But the thing is, that's me. That's not her. And for any of your students, children, friends, colleagues, my assistant, even at work, she, what's that, paraglided, jumped out the plane, tandem flying out of plane, jumping, whatever that's called. With somebody's on your back and you jump out a plane and you're like, ah, she did that. And she looked good doing it. I told her, you need to be the advertisement, the commercial for it, because, she came down and then she just walked out onto the ground. Normally you see people falling, rolling down the hill or something when they stop. She stopped just as calm and walked right out. I said, you need to be their commercial, because that made it look good, but it's like, but she wanted to do it. Would she do it now? Maybe not. But, when you're in the moment, when the opportunity presents itself, you have to strike. So many times we let great opportunities pass because we allow fear to get in the way. But there are so many things that happen in life that are fearful, that can cause fear. But the thing is, we have to deal with it. It's like, what about that? Think about the worst thing that can happen and just make a plan for that. I guarantee you that before that mother let her daughter bungee jump off that bridge, she was like, okay, what's the process? How much you strapping my daughter in? She just got to come home in good health, fixed, nothing broken, Like, I'm sure that was part of what was stated, but it's also part of what that company does. Like, they wouldn't be in business if people weren't making it back. Nor with the tandem flying, jumping out the plane, or any other these other kind of, daredevil things that people like to do, And so you plan for all the things that you can prevent from going wrong or causing fear or causing worry and anxiety. And then, even if something slight happens, shift, be flexible. Know that you did your best, because that's all anyone can ask. Did you do your best? Did you prepared, you planned, and you stepped in it? Then you did it, because it's more than you did last week when you didn't do anything. Okay. If you only prepared, but you never stepped out and did it, then you haven't completed the process. It's like, it's not enough for me to prepare something to share with you guys on Write It Out Wednesdays if I don't share it. Okay. And so it's the same for you. It's not enough to talk about wanting to write a book. It's not enough to even start writing the book. We have to complete it, because when you work with me, I want to get you to published book. I want to go from idea to publish, not just talking about it, idea back and forth. No, we want to get to published, because when we get to published, I get to do one of the things I love to do is cross it off my list. Like, I'm a list keeper, list taker, and I like to see things done. I'm a D in the DIS personality. I'm the D. I like to get things done, But the thing is, it's like, you do too. You don't want stuff just hanging in the air for months or weeks or years or decades for some of you. It's like, how long you been talking about writing a book? How long you been talking about this other thing you said you're going to do? The key is you have to move forward, and often, like I said, that you are in your own way. So use fear to your advantage. Okay. Imagine, like I said, the worst that can happen and move forward. Plan for it, make your contingency plan, do everything you can to make sure it doesn't happen, and move forward, because by doing this, it will help you prepare to tackle any goals, any obstacles that stand between you. Okay. Because I want, my goal, what I want for you is that for 2021 to be a breakout banner year for you and your book. It's like, you can get started now. I am teaching a class. If you sign up for my webinar, I'm teaching starting this Saturday. So we're going to be adjusting some schedules because, I've got people who are ready to write their book. They signed up, they're ready to go. So we're going to be doing some other things, but if you need one-on-one training, then we can do that too. But it's like, you have to move forward. Fear not, okay? Because the thing that's about to happen to you is so big. The opportunities and the doors that are going to open for you are going to propel you into something that's greater than you ever imagined. So fear not. It's a new season coming. It's time for you to step out into those things that you want to do. You said you wanted to write a book. You said you wanted to put your life story in a book. You want to put your education, your experience, your expertise. That you're the person that people come to, that you're that person that people ask advice from. Like, let's put that in a book. What are you waiting for? It's time. It's time to tell your story. So I just want to thank you for joining me here tonight on Write It Out Wednesday. We've been sharing tonight about fear Nah, we are not going to fear. We're going to step out and do that thing that we've been called to do. And we're especially going to step out and get that book done. It's like that idea, that plan, that series even. I've got one of my clients is working on book number 2. Actually, I got 2 clients working on book 2. One is a totally different genre, but they're already working on their second books. So let's get you started. We can get started this year. We can finish you up in the first quarter, and we can move forward because you don't know what opportunities are waiting for you with that published book. So I'm Valerie McDowell. I'm your writer, editor, and book coach accelerator. And as always, be productive, be positive, and be you. I'll see you in 2 weeks. All right, bye-bye.